Good evening, everybody. This is Daniel with Monastery Dropouts, and this evening I'd like to talk about these guys. Animal spirits, animal friends. This is Maya. She's been my good friend for, I think about 13 years now. We'll let her go back to her napping place. And what is the reason that I want to talk about animal spirits and also earth spirits, nature spirits? I had a very interesting experience last night when I was meditating. I had cleared some lower energies from myself. And then I felt this wonderful energy began to radiate from my core. And I was just enjoying that energy. Feeling like I was becoming my true self again. And after some time, tuning into my higher self, enjoying the energy within me that was radiating out. In my mind's eye, I saw a little dragon. Maybe 15, 20 feet in front of me. It had orange glowing eyes, but it was very cloudy and dark. And I thought, why is this being coming to me? It didn't feel malevolent, but it appeared to be covered in lower energy. And so I sent it away. I just thought, well, I don't really want to hang out with lower energy beings. And then a minute later, I saw another little being. It looked more like a little pony or something. And it was dark again. Kind of gray. And I thought, this is so strange. I've never seen beings quite like this, that didn't seem to have any ill intent, but seemed to be in lower energy. So when I saw this second being, I thought, well, what if maybe it's here because it wants some cleansing? So I invited higher light to come in and cleanse that being. And immediately, the darkness washed off and there was a brilliant little unicorn. I would say it was an orange, sort of a bright orange color. And then I thought of the dragon and I could see it farther away. Like I had said, I kind of sent it away, but I don't think it wanted to leave. And so I invited it closer and invited light to pour into that for cleansing. And immediately was revealed this brilliant, sort of iridescent, rainbow-colored dragon that it looked like the style would have been like a dragon you would see in Japan or something, that type of dragon. And they were so happy to be free of that lower energy. And so how this connects to animal spirits is that I had a girlfriend I lived with for a while, and she had a cat that was, it was very irritable. You would touch it and it would be, even if it wanted you to pet it, it'd rub against you and you'd give it a couple pets, suddenly it would get upset, you know. And it was, so, you know, it was a very irritable cat. It was somewhat elderly, I think maybe 13 years old. And one day after my girlfriend had moved out, who I broke up with her, but she had moved out, and it was only a few weeks after that she mentioned that her cat had essentially kidney failure and it had to be put down. She was going to put it down the next day. And it wasn't that night, but the following night I had a dream, and that a cat appeared to me in a dream, and it was very happy and rubbing on my leg, and I began petting it, and then when I realized, oh, it's Nymeria was the name. It's Nymeria. Oh, geez, I stopped petting her immediately because I thought, oh, she's gonna scratch me. But she didn't do that. She was very happy and just kept rubbing on me. And the cat was happy because it was freed. It was freed from that body that was so painful. And it revealed the true nature of that cat, which I knew it to be, a very loving creature. For instance, one reason I knew it was loving is if my girlfriend at the time got sad, the cat would run over to her and want to comfort her. So I knew that it was a very good-hearted kitty. I knew that there was something wrong, not just her personality. And another thing that happened with that cat was one day I was meditating with my girlfriend in the same room as the cat, and I felt something clear. I felt a low presence, like an entity, and I cleared it. And the cat, as soon as I felt it clear, the cat immediately, it went, I mean, it had been just sleeping, and it kind of went nuts for a second, as if somebody had attacked it. And then I could see this sort of like cloudy image of this, whatever it was, entity, and I sent it away. So I think that cat, when it passed, it was actually quite grateful to me. I was always nice to the cat, even if it scratched me, or, you know, I can't remember if it bit, but it would scratch, and it would, you know, I was always nice to it though anyways. And so when those spirits that I saw, I cleansed them, I felt the exact same energetic reaction from those beings when they were cleansed. They were just, it's like a pure happiness. If I ever sense the spirits of humans that have passed, there's usually sort of a misery or fear, but it doesn't seem to be that way with animals. They're pure spirits in a way. You just free them from the human energy, and they're quite beautiful little beings. And when I tuned in, because I want to emphasize, I've never had this experience with the spirits that I saw. I've never seen a dragon or a unicorn. It was something entirely new. I didn't know that they existed. Even in those dimensions, I just didn't know. You know, obviously I didn't see them in our world. They're in a different dimension. But I wondered what was happening now that I saw them. Why did they come to me? How did they get this lower energy in them in the first place? So when I tune in about it, I believe it was because this light was radiating from me. And they saw that and they thought, maybe I could help them. And when I tune in about why they were covered in dark energy, it's because of the human consciousness on this planet. The strife of the humans, it's so low. The energy is so low, and it affects other things. That energy affects nature. Also the things we do to nature affects nature and creates lower energies. So my intuition is that it was human energy that was causing the darkness that was surrounding these spirits. And I think that's true of not just spirits, not just earth spirits, nature spirits, but also animals. My girlfriend's cat was an example of that. It was her interaction with the humans that caused her to have the lower entity in it that was, causing her troubles. So, what does this mean? It means that humans have to respect Mother Nature. It means that humans have to respect animals, plants, rivers, forests. You have to be of a lower consciousness to treat animals the way we do on this planet. You have to be of an extremely ignorant mindset to believe that what we're doing to animals is the right thing to do. Pollution and pain we inflict on Mother Nature has effects beyond what we can see and feel in the 3D world. Even what we see in our three-dimensional world should be enough to make humans want to protect the environment, to create healthy environments for animals. I was also very interested in these spirits that visited because they didn't seem to have any kind of incarnation in this world. If I encounter an animal spirit or a human spirit, typically it's something that incarnated here. The Hindu Shakti Purana, I hope I'm saying that right, says that there's infinite worlds, infinite dimensions. Other Hindu texts describe 14 lokas or planetary systems. Jesus said, there are many mansions in my Father's house. Just because something doesn't exist in our three-dimensional world doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It just means that we can't see it here. Even science has discovered over 10 dimensions. And we can only sense 3 of them. Or maybe 4 if you count time. To sense these other dimensions, you need to quiet your mind. You need to stop watching YouTube for a little bit. And just sit quiet. Even science tells us that it's good to be bored once in a while. And I would recommend spending some of that boredom that you hopefully give yourself each day, even just a little bit. 10 minutes a day is useful. It's healthy. It's physiologically healthy. But you need to let all those thoughts and senses settle down so you can start to feel subtler things. If you do that long enough, whole new worlds will open up. And the goal is not to see unicorns and dragons. Like I said, I've been meditating 25 years and I'd never seen those, and it's fun. It's not something that I'm living my life by. Is it possible that they were just figments of my imagination? I suppose. Is that what I believe? No. Listen to your own heart, your own soul. Does anything I've said ring true to you? If it does, maybe that's something to meditate on. Good night, friends. I hope you enjoyed this little story of mine. Take care.